thing is kind of slow too, man. I
They
need
ain't
to
doing
hook the
anything
router.
slow.
Need to hook the router up to. Is that right, Charlie? You feel like that? Whoa! What's
Hello,
up,
hello.
people? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What it do? What it
How
do?
y'all doing?
Hey, hey, Mr.
Yeah,
Brown.
we
I like
missing
that
one of the
goofy.
guys, but we got Charlie, put your hand down. We're gonna get to you in a minute. We missing one of the guys. We and the two girls. I don't know where they're at. So glad to see y'all. Jamal just got off his show with Miracle Mayo from Hot 2100, and next week we'll have Flawless, the other half of that duo, in the studios here with us. She'll be on. So y'all look forward to that next week. Sean, how you doing over there in South Carolina, my brother?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm currently in Midway right now. Currently
Oh,
in
okay.
Midway.
You're in Midway. Great, great, great. We got
I'm
great
going
things
to
going
South
on.
Carolina.
I had lunch with the mayor of Riceboro today. Me and
Oh,
brother Jamal. Great guy. Great
okay.
guy. Robert, you all right over there in on I don't know where you at. You liable to be in New
Ooh.
York, Atlanta, Charleston. No, where you at?
I'm on the moon tonight.
Oh, you're on the moon today. Okay. Well, we saw that you qualified earlier today, so we're gonna get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, Jamal, I know where you at. You in the back cave, trying to eat undercover, like look at you. I see your lips moving. You ain't frozen.
No.
Oh.
No, because I was just waiting. Because I want to say something right now. I want everybody to understand. Everybody checking out Our Black Media. I noticed something. I've been paying attention to some things. Candy Lakeisha, Ebony Sports Reporters, the Rabble. Even y'all intro songs are longer than the songs for Run Tell That. Even the intro songs for all
America After Dark. America After Dark.
For Run Tell That. That's what
we
the Little Brother Show. I like that. That was right there. And even Epiphany Williams said, they got a long intro song. I said, that's right. She said,
well, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to move your show to 5:30. Then you'll have 90 minutes. Mr. Brown.
That's all right. That's all right.
Mr. Brown, go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Brown.
Hello, boys. How are you? I hope everything going great with you tonight. It give me great pleasure to see you. Ladies, wherever you at, you like air, you everywhere. We need your presence here. I just want to say, viewing audience, these some fine looking gentlemen. Sean, you look wonderful. Jamal, the little cap, look sensational. Julius, as always, you look very studious. Robert, a great looking shirt. I have nothing but love for you brothers. I can see in your eyes, y'all are not being true to me. But again, the viewing audience, I want to tell you, please share. Call your loved ones, call your friends, and we on the air to Rabble. We got a great show tonight, great lineup. Enjoy Hall for to take it. Remember, share. And all the people I know in California, I know you're having a rough time out there, parts of it. Hawaii, we got our prayers out for you. And I'm saying to the viewing audience, please share. We got a great show tonight. And again, when people fail, it's two reasons. Hey,
everybody.
Desert Blue. Hey, it's good to see you.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm sorry for being tardy.
I want to say this, and you know what I'm going to say. Beauty is untouched by the late evening. I do want you to know that.
Thank you. Hey,
Right.
Sean.
So how's everything out there in Houston, Texas, Sandra?
Hot as hell. We had 97-degree weather yesterday after 23 days of over 100. And now we're back up to 105 today. So we did get some rain yesterday after 40 days or more than that of no rain. So yeah.
Okay.
That's my kind of weather. When I walk around a woman, they be hot just like that.
You don't want this kind of
be careful.
You do not want this kind of hot, sir.
Yeah, so we are only Tiffany and Bernard. Bernard has a wake to go to. He had a tragedy in the family a week or so ago, and
Sorry to hear that.
And Tiffany, you know, she's our busiest elected official on this platform, and she will, if she tunes in tonight, it'll be because she's coming in from being late. So we're gonna get right into it. We had something spectacular happen.
Well, Julie, can I say this first? Robert qualified.
You have to line up.
He didn't read.
Do you have this?
He didn't read.
Oh no, I'm gonna let you say that, but I'm so excited. I just want everybody to know he qualified already.
That's our first subject, Robert.
I didn't get my agenda, but
you got to look at your text.
Out of sight, out of mind. We don't even see you.
Really quick.
I'm gonna go with
go ahead and share.
It's in your text.
Okay.
Robert top qualified today, and we're so proud of Robert. I had that. I don't even know where it went at, but Robert
qualified yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday, but I'm having Charlie. Good God.
But Robert qualified. Oh, it's not even in here. It's in the other computer.
And he didn't bring me a bag of chips either.
I had the photo. I'll try to get it during the commercial so we can put it up. But I thought it was in here, and for some reason it is not. And but we had our guy qualify, and we're so proud of him. And
can you tell the people what he qualified for?
Sandra, if you don't pop back in this thing and stop.
Tell her again, Robert.
No, you're not good at
tell everybody what you qualified for, sir.
So yesterday I qualified for City Council 5th District. So it is, as Mr. Charlie said, it's official.
For what city?
Right. He's the real
City of Savannah. So
City of Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
He has qualified and he is ready to serve. He was born ready.
So it's too late for me to move to the 5th district.
No, it ain't.
Cast my vote for this election, right? It's too late for that.
Too late.
No, but you can do this. You can come and give him a check and campaign real hard in the 5th district. And anyone you know in the 5th district, you can encourage them to vote for him. I mean, it's a lot you can do. Your one vote is important, but don't perpetrate, because I know what you're doing. We need your input. We need money, and Robert, boy, put that calendar down when I'm talking.
Oh my God, you are fine, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all. I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead. I'm trying to help get some money for us.
So he can pay you for riding around
in the truck.
Julia, don't become Jamal, okay? Don't be bringing up stuff like that.
No, Jamal still is traumatized from that. You know, he riding there on the corner holding up a sign, then you come over there terrorizing him. Jamal, that was his.
Well,
he was young.
Y'all better look that he's holding up a sign for the right person, because
this is when Charlie was the campaign manager for Mayor Otis Johnson. We were out there in the streets every weekend, every Saturday and Sunday, out there in the streets. And especially, don't let me go to Rose Dew. Don't let me go to Nicholsonboro, Coffee Bluff. Charlie Brown run through. Everybody like, Charlie Brown coming.
He hated me.
Charlie Brown coming. He drive up there slow.
Boy, Jamal, you make me laugh. Boy, I be thinking about that all the time. I thought the people hated me. They didn't like me. Why? I was a nice guy.
And then reported at the meeting at the Monday night meeting report. We had 37 people that we had sent out there, but I only saw 15 out on the streets.
That's right, I did. I sung like a bird.
But we gonna get that picture.
Some of them were at Popeyes.
What, Jamal? You got good memory. It was on Abaco, right?
You don't forget nothing when somebody traumatized you. I told Charlie, you don't forget nothing when somebody traumatized you.
Exactly. Let's go back to the subject. I'm sorry I started this, man.
And then the man come all the way down there with his coupon for his chicken, and you tell him this one day out. How you gonna do that? You know?
And I said, I told him, I said, that's how he treated us when we was little too. He doing the same thing right now.
Oh, I got it. There you go.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Your bag of chips, Charlie.
Yeah. There you go, right there. That's Robert. Charlie said you put that. See, Massey have those chips there every day. So you put that, grab a bag of chips.
2 or 3 bags. He could have taken those bags and give me one. I saw them Doritos.
Why you didn't cut your hair?
Who is this voice? Where's
Why
this
didn't
voice
you cut your hair?
Oh my God.
Why didn't you cut your hair?
Chandra, where are you? First of all, Chandra. So Chandra, there's some hair missing in certain parts of my head, and I can't cope with that. So there's only one alternative: to let it grow out and hopefully bring it back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I can't do. I can't be daddy.
Sandra, what are you doing?
I'm watching y'all.
If you don't,
You must be eating. Anyway.
Mind your business.
See.
oh Lord.
So qualifying has started all across the state. It closes in some places. I mean, by law, you have to have it at least 3 days of qualifying out of the 5 days for that week. You got to have at least 3 days. Some people have it 3, some have it 4, some have it 4.5, some have it 5. And we have our illustrious councilwoman from the Clark
Aston, Georgia.
It might as well be Clark, Atlanta.
Athens, Clark County.
Julius, I picked up something. Julius, you did educate me. I did not know this, and a lot of the viewing audience did not know this. Qualifying happened in every city in Georgia the same week. Some just longer than others. Right? He was saying some are 3 days, at least 3 days, and some run up to 5. I did not know this, and I've been in politics a long time, but I did not know every city that's going to have a race, they all qualify the week of the 21st?
Super Tuesday.
No, they pick the week, and then you got 3 to 5 days during that week to qualify.
In that week, right.
And if you also, for those candidates that don't know, they raised the limit. It used to be 2,800. They took it to 3,000. Now it's 3,300, right, Robert?
For what now?
The max
campaign.
Oh yeah, 3,300. I thought you were talking about the fee you had to pay.
No,
the fee is $750. Now, when I ran for PSC, the qualifying fee was right around 3,000.
Oh,
my
because you were running countywide.
No, that was statewide. That was like running the governor's race.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get we will go out and support everybody who you want to win. They can't do nothing or they can't change anything unless you go out and vote for them. So make sure you go out and vote. Early voting starts in about 6-7 weeks. It's sometime in October, right, Robert? And second and third week of October. Make sure you go out and early vote if you're not going to want to stand in those lines. These are some very important races that we can't change anything if you don't go vote. If you don't go vote, you cannot complain.
Can I ask Mr. Brown a question?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Brown and others, y'all can answer this too. I can't understand how people will vote for a candidate that doesn't have a platform.
Say
I'm
that.
not gonna say who.
Right. But they never did. They never did have a platform.
Well,
saying that. But you know what? The going thing these days are for people not to have platforms.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
The president didn't have one.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. All right. Jamal, you want to go and try taking it? Go ahead.
Mr. Brown.
Oh, no. So I just want to share for folks locally in Chatham County in the 2nd district, they have a special election also for a county commission. So there's a special election for, again, the seat that Gator Rivers was holding. And so that's also, so it's not just a municipality. Folks need to think about the 2nd district and who's going to be in that seat on the county commission.
Well, to answer your question, in my opinion, I know you give it to all in general, but you did ask me to first. I think what it is that the people she have taken for granted so long till she don't have to. All she have to do is smile at them and they just automatic vote for her. And that shouldn't happen. She should have a plan of action. And I don't think she can come up with one by herself. Because if you watch her on city council, no, I'm not putting it out.
I know you're not,
you
but
watch her on city council.
It did come out.
She's a lovely woman, don't get me wrong, but 90%, not 80 or 20, but 90. she'll say, let me piggyback on what that person just said. She do it over and over all the time. If you doubt me, just observe her on city council. Now, I'm not saying she can't come up with ideas, but she always said, let me piggyback on that. And you guys have heard it, so why don't you pretend you hadn't? And you just stated she don't have an agenda.
Well, and there are other ones too, so I don't want to call her out by herself, but there's others in the races that don't have a vision. And I'm like, how y'all gonna vote for somebody who don't have a vision? But you know.
Well, they said just because you qualified don't mean that you're qualified.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know you're muted, right?
You muted, Tiff.
Yeah, you're good at muted.
Tiffany, why don't you give an input in there? Unmute your
There you
mic.
go. You're good.
I knew I was muted because my background sometimes somebody might shout something. And like, what's going on at that lady house? So that's why I keep my there's a lot of kids here. But to piggyback off of what Mr. Brown said, you need someone with a vision. You need to have someone with a vision, and it's the waste of money just to have your name on the ballot and not have a vision. If it's a lived experience, if it's, knowing that you can get your community, knowing the needs of your community and how to strategize in order to accomplish those things so that they can be sustainable, not just wanting just to rub. Because what I've learned in my 8 months now of being an elected official, you work really hard and you don't get paid a lot of money. So you have to be in it for the right reasons. Yeah. You have to be able to be comfortable in rooms that you're not necessarily in. I mean, especially for a newly elected like me, a lot of rooms that I'm in, sometimes I'm the only female, sometimes I'm the youngest Black female, sometimes I'm the only Black woman. And so, because I know that I have a vision for my community, and I'm gonna sit in whatever room I need to sit in to accomplish my goals. And in the next 3 years, because it's flying by, I hope to have sustainability in the things that I put forth in the initiatives. And it's the small things, you know what I mean? Because you have a vision for your community, you know that you don't have to have this grand, big old scheme that, probably will make the newspaper, but it's the small things that you do within your community to let your constituents know that she knows what's going on and she's here for us when we call. And so those are the things that get you reelected.
And this is what I'm talking about now, because, I watch city council, I won't say a lot, but I do watch it enough. And if anyone who frequently watch it, she's a great woman. She's nice, but most of her conversation come after someone else. And Sandra, I'm telling the truth. And Robert, I'm telling the truth. I'm not just lying about this.
Yeah, you are telling the truth.
Don't make
She said, let me piggyback on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you could take notes, honey, and say, if you're looking for originality, vote for Dr.
That's
Brown.
gonna be no. That's gonna be a no.
I know we done been. Y'all don't read these agendas again. That was supposed to be 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, last comment, Julius. Okay. I want y'all to know. Yesterday I got up in a community meeting and introduced myself and all that stuff, and one of the elders said, if you're a dues paying member, I think it's time for you to go.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but that's how they always have done it. In the past couple of months, they allowed me to stay, but that's how they've done. But this particular time, I think because they support the other candidate, they were like, "Oh no, you're not gonna get up in his showboat."
Well, yeah, and the thing is to pay your dues, because if you're talking about representing everybody in that district, just go ahead and pay all the dues for it. Then they can't deny you. They can't deny you.
That's smart. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna move on. This is a subject that somebody brought up: snitching versus whistleblowing. And we want to know. Snitching is one thing. You do the crime with your friends and everything, and then you want to make a deal so you can get less time than them, and you were just involved as involved as the person you snitching on. We want to talk about the effects of it and what it has done to our community, because our community is the only one that believe in that bull. And then we're going to talk about whistleblowing. Whistleblowing is telling on something that's wrong within an organization, a company, or something, and government. You're doing it because it's supposed to be wrong, and you're trying to whistleblow to snitch, dry snitching on the person that's doing wrong. So
snitches get stitches, brother.
Oh
Snitches get stitches. You keep on. Stitches get snitches. I ain't snitching on no one because I ain't getting no stitches. Nah.
So what you gonna tell your son, Mr. Brown? What you gonna tell your son if your son's sitting in the back seat of the car? He tell you, Daddy, I've been in the back seat of the car and I haven't been doing nothing. I know what happened. I seen what happened. I seen who pulled the trigger. But Daddy, snitches get stitches. What you gonna tell your son, Mr. Brown?
I'm gonna tell my son.
Ride it out.
Mom is the word.
Mom is the word.
Mom is the word. Wow.
You got that from my dad.
I got a better one for him, Sean. I got a better one for him. Okay, we see that you're in, look like a church right there. And the people are putting money into the tithe box. But you see this person taking money out of it every week. And they blame you because you was the last one and you took the money in, but it come up short every time. So I guess mom's the word. You going to jail because you ain't fit to snitch on that person or be the whistleblower for that person stole that money, is it? So mom,
all right. I'm gonna end this right quick. I'm gonna sing like a canary. All you have to do is pinch me. All you have to do is pinch me right there.
Oh my God! You know what?
All right. I'm gonna tell. Promise.
I mean, they got laws. They got it where a wife can't tell on a husband, right? That's the law basically sitting back saying, hey, no snitching or whistleblowing on your spouse. Like,
that's a good point.
You know, like literally, but there's nothing written about kids to parents or, you know, parents to kids, but it's written for the spouse.
Yeah.
Because what goes on in his house stays in his house.
No.
Well, yeah.
What goes on in his bedroom stays in his bedroom because what's in the house.
Your wife, if ain't nothing going on in the bedroom, your wife gonna tell on you because she wants you to go.
Oh, Lord. Now you're gonna be telling on her because she's gonna be somewhere else.
Come on, go ahead, Joe.
It was one thing, but I said the first thing is that with regards to when it comes involved with regards to husband and wife, this would be one. That's what this would represent, one. So again, they're not about trying to incriminate the other. That's going from common law that again, which is tied to with regards to biblical, because they are one person. And so that even with regards to the laws of some situations occurring, is that they're not trying to cause division with that unit. Because again, that's a husband and wife, which is supposed to be one of the greatest units of humankind. That's the family unit, and that is supposed to be led by that husband and that wife. But then what I've shared with folks, this very thing you're talking about, this is something I used to have a conversation with, and I address this to people and talk about this. I've said it on shows before. Snitching involved, just like you threw it out there, Julius, that it involves criminals. But what has happened overall, and like I tell people, we often don't try to make these connections. Like we try to think that stuff is separate. That when we begin to let criminals begin to influence our communities, that's what began to occur. That here go, but some of it's tied to people who are marginalized, who are engaging in criminal activity. So then they use that saying that, hey, you got to look out for us. And so that way you don't report on us because that's snitching as if that's something negative. No, I tell folks, You report the information to law enforcement because that makes you a good citizen. You are not a snitch. You are a good citizen because you cannot allow the broken window syndrome that exists in our communities, and that's what happened. That's what you see all these other elements that now fall into place. Where now it comes down to when abuse is occurring in our communities, no one says anything. Criminality in our communities, the elders cannot come out on their porches in our communities. The young people are terrorized, and they grow up. And guess what? They are traumatized. Yeah. They are traumatized, and no healing is going to come into play. But we hear people constantly tell us, selling to us that we don't report on that information as if that is your lot to be a sufferer. I tell folks that's not your lot to be a sufferer. You should be in the same vibrant communities like everybody else. Those people on the South Side or in RC Park are not supposed to be having an experience that you're not supposed to have over in West Savannah or in Tatumville or in Tremont Park. But guess what? We feel to think that we are deserving of that, and then we let criminality and let media and misinfluence us, and then that's what goes on. Media misinfluence us, and we run with it.
Woo. You better You better say. You better say that, Jesus. I've been having that conversation in my mind for days, because it's like you're in a hard place, because we've become so content with being less than ourselves, and we hold that standard on all of us and everyone around us that's the same race as us. And so now we see it in our children. We see it in the laws. We see it on the news every day. Things happen and people call me and they're like, am I supposed to say something? Yes, you're supposed to say something, because it makes your neighborhood safer, even if you know the person that's done it. Like, we to piggyback off what you said, Jesus, we're not deserving of suffering. We don't deserve that. We deserve nice and clean neighborhoods, and that doesn't make you. You talking white, or you talking like a Republican? No, I'm not. Why do I have to be white or a Republican to know that we deserve nice things? I mean, they use our census numbers to get funding for our communities, but we are yet to see the funding reflect our neighborhoods. Heck no. That's a fight that I fight on a daily basis, because how do you fight for a community that's fighting you for wanting better?
Well, I'm going to say this about being a whistleblower. Whistleblowing is, you want to do the right thing because you see an injustice going on with our tax funds. But the other side to doing the right thing means that a lot of times you're going to get blackballed. I was blackballed. That's the reason why I'm in Texas right now. Because with all my education, with all my know-how and everything, I whistleblowed on Van Johnson, Daryl Brown, and whatever that guy's name was in the business, the business area. He does gives out the business licensing in the Chatham County. Mm-hmm. Well, I whistleblowed because I knew that there was funding missing, in my capacity. I knew it was funding missing. And Van covered it up because this was his boy. And they wound up getting rid of me, and they just swept it right on up under the table. The audit department did an audit. They found that there was over $200,000 missing during that time. And I was the one blackballed out of Savannah. So, I would tell anybody, if you don't want to if you're not ready to leave your area and you don't have access to high-powered lawyers that will go against the system, come up against the system, don't do it, because it's not worth it.
Y'all got some powerful stories.
Sean,
Go ahead, Sean.
Okay. All right. Now, I understand what you just said. Don't do it and all that. I've been there. I've been in units. And you know how it is in the military. Once you get someplace, you're there and all that other stuff.
They
And
hadn't been in the military. You can't do that.
okay, my bad. Well, for the next 2-3 years, I'm stuck with this unit. And I got to go to combat with this unit. And I got to eat with this unit and all that. That's my family. They basically, we work together. Then when you see an unsafe act, something that, okay, you have to report or you check, then it becomes just like you said, like it feels funny. It feels like, okay, now I'm like, everybody's eyes on me. Everybody's waiting for you to mess up so that they can move you to they can either demote you, put you out, or move you to the next area.
You become a liability.
Right. You become a snitch.
Yeah, a liability.
Right. You're in. But it's like my job, people's lives depended on it. You know what I'm saying? And that I was like, look, when it comes to my conscience, I'm not gonna let y'all conscience for the rest of my conscience on people's lives or whatever. To me, I feel like it's easy to whistleblow, easy to be a whistleblower, but yes, it's hard when it's a career change and you're making that money and all that other stuff, and it's like, oh my gosh, now I'm putting that with my paycheck and my family's well-being versus, all right, you understand what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying, Chandra. I understand.
Well, Robert, do you want to take it before I interject?
Yeah, because you're gonna take about another day to talk about your thing. But from what I've heard, and I think all of y'all helped me to come to this conclusion. To me, it determines the impact. What's the impact? So, for example, if my rule of thumb is there harm being done? And like Tiffany said, if the streets are being messed up, if families are being terrorized, if communities are being victimized, we got a problem. But if it's something where, like what Chandra was saying, where some money's missing, it's not good, but it's not necessarily terrible, and the implication is going to fall on me or her at the time, you got to wait. What's the impact? So the impact in Tiffany's example was more severe, so you probably would want to say something. Whereas in Chandra's case, I probably would not have, for the simple reason that, and then you got to look at your own situation. Like me, I can't go and do what Chandra did because I got a 92-year-old mother to take care of. You see what I'm saying? So you got to look at impact. So that's kind of where y'all help me kind of land on that.
Well, if me and you going to Walmart and you stealing a honey bun, I'm not gonna tell on you about, hey, he's stealing a honey bun.
Right, ain't nobody got time.
But if $200,000 is missing out of the Our Black Media coffers, and Tiffany did it, or Sean might have done it, and they trying to blame you and set you up, so you still gonna be quiet.
Hey,
that's a different scenario.
Julius,
I'm gonna tell you, I ain't going to jail for nobody.
Julius, hold on.
And I ain't getting none of the money. Oh,
Right.
Hey,
Yeah, that's different.
How about this one? How about this one? How about this one? I'll give you the scenario. You in Walmart. The person you with in Walmart. You know the self-scanners? Right. Now you're at the self-scanners.
Well,
we're standing next to somebody at Walmart, and they're doing the scanning. And as they're scanning, they're missing some scans and putting it in.
Hallelujah, praise God, I'm outside.
Okay. Okay. Are you outside, or are you waiting to see if they get away with it?
I ain't waiting to do nothing. I'm outside in the car.
Well,
exactly.
Well, we talking about on a larger magnitude, and I know you can end up getting arrested in a Walmart, but I give you a case in point. The Hyatt Regency in Savannah, Georgia, next to the city hall. The manager came to them and said, the kitchen is losing money. We are hemorrhaging. I'm going to fire the entire staff and rehire and put in new people in the kitchen because people are walking away with steaks, shrimp, all out the back door.
That's what it is.
And a lot of people knew what was going on. Some was a part of it. Naturally, they're not going to tell. But the guys who had families, and that was their only means of income because he paid the house note off the salary and stuff. I'm telling you, don't let people cause you to lose your benefit and you go down with the ship. You simply talk to that person, if possible, and you let them know you're going to report it because you can't afford to lose your job. And I've seen too many individuals lose jobs off of major companies because they came in and fire half of the plant because someone was stealing key stuff. And it's so important to educate your young people to let them know, do not be around them, bring them up right. And I know it's difficult because they want to do things and follow the leader, but it will cost you your job. You got 4 or 5 kids. They from 12 to 1 year old. You got a house note. You got a family. You can't afford to be getting fired off a job with benefits. And I will sing like a canary. I don't care what you do. And wait a minute, Robin.
I ain't saying nothing.
I just say, wait a minute, I'm about to. I say I'm about to. We as black people, and I hope hundreds of white people listen good tonight. This is for black people. This is our Black Media Network. We have hurt ourselves time and time again because we will not snitch and we go down with the ship and that person costs you your job and you can't get $5 for them. And that's wrong.
What I was going to say.
And now, go ahead, Robin. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to say your example, and it's a side note, but had the Higher Regency been paying them people a livable wage, they wouldn't be stealing the food in the first place.
They shouldn't be there, Robert, if that's the case. Go ahead.
I had to give a shout out to the.
Go ahead, Robert.
I just want to share something to show you how I'm going to say marginalized people. You can go, like I say, black people, but marginalized people will show you how we get hypocritical about some of this and how people come at us and they hit us with this. So I'm going to throw something out there. Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter movement. When we talk about critical race theory, we talk about Jim Crowism and segregation. Because guess what happened? When some of your ancestors were being burned, chained to trees, being burned, being lynched, guess what went on? Those Caucasians were not snitching. They were not reporting the information. They had observed it. They saw. They were engaging in criminal activity. Vigilantism. They were engaging in all that. And they never disclosed it. But now today, when we see it and we read about, we talk about how we are appalled by this, that, Black Lives Matter, because I support Black Lives Matter, but then we also say CRT, look at what DeSantis is doing. What look at all the look talking about wokeness and all, how they coming against us. What I'm saying to people like, yo, don't you understand? By you being silent about it, you just like those Caucasians that killed your ancestors, that murdered your ancestors, that defrauded and destroyed your communities, the same ones that did all this stuff, you are just like them. You're no better than them. Now, you might try to compartmentalize and think that's not. I'm like, no, it's not. You on that same pathway, just like the same thing. Only thing now, it ain't them. It's you being a part of it too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You're right.
Brother Rufus said he gonna tell.
It's time for us to stop letting and being a victim. We can no longer carry that. If it's not right, we can't have double standing and say we gonna make it right and let it be that way. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Charlie Brown gonna tell. I'm telling you, don't work around me because you hurting my family, you hurting your family, and you hurting your family, Tiffany.
I said I'm gonna tell.
Next segment, Mr. Hall. That takes us to our next segment.
Yeah, that sends us right on into the next segment. But we're gonna take a commercial break before our next segment, and we'll be right back in 1 minute.
Give Robin higher wages, we'll be all right.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all, man. I'm serious.
right, Sean, your favorite topic is up.
Right.
Yeah, Sean, it's your time, your favorite subject. Jamal had to leave us for he got some early stuff to do in the morning. And we're he on the wrong stuff. No wonder. Good Lord, have mercy. Nuisance. Sean, this is your thing, you know, and nuisance versus nuisance. Nuisance versus being a nuisance. Exactly. And it's a great, you know, little what you call it, what's it called, Robert?
Play on words. I don't know what they call play on like words or internet.
Y'all not gonna talk about Lewis on this show tonight.
We can't talk about it. We can't talk about it.
What?
No.
Yes, you can. I just say
what's y'all guys mean? I don't understand it.
You don't understand, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, when you go into when you pull up at the house,
right?
When you with your teenage sons, or when your sons were teenagers, when you pulled up and things wasn't right, or you knew, you gave them time to get stuff straight around the house and stuff, did you not? When you pulled up at family barbecues and stuff, because you the man that you are, they usually put their stuff away, huh? They put their drinks.
I got you. In other words, I understand what you do. When I used to come home, when Charlie was a lot younger and Charis, I used to blow the car horn, dun, 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 and now let them know I'm home. So if they're not doing something right, proper, they say, Daddy is here.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right. That was my signal. And my signal was not just to let them know I was home. It's just to give them notice that I was outside.
Exactly. Or when you went to your family house, when you went to your family member's house and stuff like that, they put the drinks
They never
down,
invite me.
and
They never
put
invite me over. They never invite me.
Okay, probably because you was a nuisance. You know what I'm saying? Most of the times when you put the old folks, you know, you move with a new sense. It's like bad folks don't want to be bad around good people. People that they respect, people that move with a new sense. Usually they sit back. Jehovah's Witness come to your house. What you do? You shutting doors down, closing windows.
Oh no. We don't answer the door. We don't answer the door. But listen,
oh God,
listen, I'm gonna share this with you. I went to my sister's house, right? And I smelled the food. And I said, y'all already had dinner. They said, oh yeah, they all had toothpicks in their mouth and stuff. And I said, wow, you know, I guess I'm going on home. So what I did, I left my cell phone right here. So what I did, I came back to get my cell phone like 8-9 minutes later. They didn't lock the door, and I opened the door. They had food out. I said, "Thought y'all had done that." They said, "Oh no," like that. So right then, I could tell they didn't want to really invite me to eat.
Was that the clue?
That was a clue. I wasn't upset. I did ask them, say, "Can I get a plate to go?" And I heard someone in the background say, "Oh, he make me sick." Like that. But they did that out of love. I know it was love.
Really?
Sandra, you trying to start something with my family? That was love.
Okay. Most of the times when the people trying to give you good advice or people trying to get you to stop doing things, when they come around, nobody want them around. Nobody want to hear it. They want things to be the regular way. They want things to just you know. To me, we supposed to be a nuisance to the person that sat there with the camera and held it on Chauvin. We're supposed to have that nuisance that sit back and say, you know what? I got to be here. I got to film this. I got to film this. Why? Because that is wrong. It's like before. Go ahead, Mr. Brown.
So my family, I'm not just picking on them. They think I'm a nuisance, right? Because I've been knocking on the door a couple of times, and I can hear someone on the inside. And I said, "Anybody home?" And they never answer the door.
Ooh, nobody here but us chickens.
What you think? What you think going on there? They treat me as a nuisance.
You don't know it. That's what you are. If they don't answer the door, you are a nuisance. And they got new sense now. They got new sense to not answer the door.
Oh,
true.
And Julia, I'm glad we had this topic because now I won't be going to my sister's house no more because it doesn't happen. Charlena turned to me and say, "I don't think nobody home." I just see all the cars. I go knock on the door and it'd be real quiet. I said, I thought I heard the TV. She said, "You ain't heard no TV. They probably put it on mute." That's what they don't want me to their house on Sunday. Sandra, I'm not going no more.
I would suggest that.
Robert, what you doing Sunday?
Well,
see,
that's being a nuisance.
Just like him.
He probably being a nuisance, gonna be at somebody's church telling them about his campaign. He gonna be a nuisance in his campaign.
I canvass before I do that.
Okay, man. I'm saying you're gonna be a nuisance to your competitor.
Yeah, I go.
You don't go to church? Church?
Okay, Uncle Sean house.
Huh? What you say?
Oh, your dog look like my nephew Coat.
That look like a flea bag, yes.
Oh, Lord.
This ain't no flea bag. This is Mister.
What's that dog name?
Mister.
Should call that dog Wonder Dog. Wonder where the dog gonna come from.
Oh, cute.
Oh,
the-
he's cute.
Oh, he is cute. Look at that nose on that dog. That's a pug on him, boy.
Yeah.
Sean, we like that campaign that you're about to start with Nuisance and or Nuisance, and that'd be a great T-shirt. Am I a nuisance or do I have new sense?
Hey, we
or
are all.
I'm a nuisance with new sense.
Hey, we are all nuisances. Why? Because we bring out the bad. If it's some bad going on, we report it. We are nuisances. You know, we are thorn in somebody's side right now. They don't want us up here. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we do too much reporting. That's what a nuisance is. A nuisance is a thorn in somebody's side. And we're going to be a thorn in Van's side. We're going to be a thorn in whoever trying to take the weeping time. We're going to be a thorn in their side. We're going to be a thorn. We're going to be a nuisance.
Right.
A nuisance with new sense.
That's correct. A nuisance with new sense. That's right. Fight the good fight. John Lewis, what John Lewis said, good trouble.
Yeah, good trouble. A nuisance get in good trouble.
So we're with you. Let us know when the campaign starts so we can order T-shirts, so we can bring it on the platform and show everybody, so everybody can order their T-shirts. Next week we'll start giving away on this platform our Black Media polo shirts to certain people. We got all sizes now, so we'll be giving out a couple of shirts every week to those valued listeners who call in with the correct answer off of whatever riddle Charlie Brown have, and we'll go with that. Before we get to our main topics, we're gonna have joke of the day, and then we're gonna go into a joke of the day, a commercial. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna go full throttle on everything that y'all know we do. But I meant to put up Sean's that's his nuisance.
I like that. That's cute.
So we
You look like you, Sean, actually.
Girl.
You know what? Y'all out of control. Y'all out of control.
That was him.
Yes, sir, Mr.
Right.
Brown. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I gotta come up and look at some of your drawings.
Try it again.
We're gonna go with our joke of the day.
You had this old couple that was driving home one night when all of a sudden the police pulled them over. The officer got out. He walked on the driver's side. He motioned for the driver to let down the window. He let down the window. He said, "How can I help you, officer?" The officer said, "You know the speed limit is 50 miles per hour and you was doing 80. He said, "Man, I had no idea I was going that fast." His wife said, "Earl, yes, you did. I even told you to slow down." He said, "Pearl, mate." The officer said, "Also, when I was walking up towards your car, I noticed that your back tail light was out." He said, "Oh my God." He said, "Now when did that happen?" His wife said, "Earl, now you know that tail light been out for 6 months." He said, "Pearl, mate, will you shut the hell up?" The officer leaned in the window. He said, "Excuse me, ma'am, does he always talk to you like this?" She said, "No, he do not. He only does this when he been drinking."
Lord, Pearl, might don't dry snitch. Not Earl.
Right, yeah.
Boy, that's cold. That's cold, man. That's cold.
He's a whistleblower. She ain't snitching.
That's cold. That's cold.
That's
Julius, that's a good one. Big Duke came through tonight. That's a good one.
Yeah, we're going to go to commercial in a minute. We're going to start on this first subject. It was a tragic thing that happened today. Tragic to some people. It was some people are praising it. And if y'all know about Prigozhin over in Russia, he was the Black Ops general over in Russia, and his plane went down today. His plane fell out the sky.
They kicked that thing down. They took it down.
Of course, see it falling right there inside that right there. That's it falling, not that big thing there. right inside that thing that looked like a crown. You could see where it's falling to the ground. It was another plane falling behind. Now it's a mystery right now whether he was on that plane, but Putin shot him down. I said on this show the first time that man did that. I don't know whether this show or another show.
Is that general? I'm Julius?
Yeah. I said when he did that,
he was a dead man.
He was a dead man.
Yes.
You don't cross Putin, you don't betray him, and you definitely don't embarrass him.
Exactly.
And that's what he did by saying that Putin didn't know that his generals didn't know what he was doing. They can't win this army. This little country is still beating us, big as we are, and we can't go in there and take them over.
That's the old man. He got killed.
Right. And he came to Russia. He was hiding out, and then he came back in, and him and Putin supposed to have been cool. But you ain't gonna never be cool with Putin if this guy holds a grudge. He works in Van Johnson.
Right.
But he's way more dangerous. And so he came to Russia and visited with Putin or somebody, and then got back on 2 planes, him and his crew, and was flying off, and one of the planes got shot at the air. Well, it was an explosion in midair. So what you think?
Wow.
They said that there is clearly a hole in the side of that plane.
Yeah. What did he think was going to happen, though?
Okay. I don't know why. Maybe he had already made peace with God.
That's him there.
Oh, yeah, man. He got killed today?
Yeah.
I'd have never got on the plane.
He's over in he was in Africa.
But
that's where he was headed. Yeah.
No, he was already over in Africa because he was him and his boys was killing civilians over there.
He was in Africa.
Is this the same guy that lost the rebellion?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He criticized Putin big time. He did criticize him.
That could have been us or Putin.
No, it couldn't have been me because I'm
saying Biden.
I need to be on the Rabble on Wednesday night, so I couldn't have been over there.
We had no reason to do that.
Well, he's not dead then.
The United States is celebrating.
Did he just say that? Did he?
No, I'm saying America had no reason to take him out. But
America is celebrating that he's dead. Yeah, they did. They didn't like him.
Exactly. He was, when he went back to Russia, when he went back to Putin, when he stopped the rebellion right at Moscow, talked to Putin, and then disappeared. That's because him and Putin came to an agreement, came back to the same side. He was going to do more damage to...
No, they did not come back to the same side. He stopped, and then just to quell that, he made an agreement that he would go in exile to some country, but right then and there, and Putin allowed him to go. But right then and there, he was a dead man. Putin allowed him to go, but Putin had already made a mental note. Kill. He said, kill the captain.
Exactly.
He circled a date. That was that. And he gave those instructions, and that's where we are today, because that just happened, 3 months ago?
To me, he was more powerful than Putin.
Mm-hmm.
To me, he was more powerful than Putin. Putin knew he was more powerful than Putin because he showed his hand when he could have overran Russia with mercenaries.
He was the soldier. That's what he was. To be honest.
But Sean, a lot of people don't remember this. Putin is a former member of the KPG?
You're right.
The CIA of Russia. People don't remember that.
Well, they say
in order to get in that seat, they have to be like, it's different than our presidency, because all before it used to be our president had to serve. But now, ever since Kennedy, I think after Kennedy, they didn't have to serve or whatever. But when it comes to Putin and them Russians and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They're all hardcore underneath. They're all hardcore underneath. So that dude, the mercenary, he should have known what he was getting into. He should have known what he was getting into when he even tried his hand and all that. Everything was, he had his bags packed, ready to go. He done set his stuff aside and all that. To say, hey guys, I'm dead, man. I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, because he saw the guy that had gotten poisoned, 2 or 3 times, and now he in prison now.
Yeah. And one thing you have to know is that you don't cross this guy. The thing that surprised me. Now, this is the biggest surprise of all. That it took Putin 60 days to do this.
Yes.
That was the biggest surprise. He's right there in your country, and it took you 60 days to get it. He's in your reach. He has Putin done made an alliance with the African countries now. So he's made a big alliance that could change a whole lot of stuff in this world. And so I just hope they don't get suckered by him, because I don't think Putin like black people anyway. But he's faking like he is, and we don't want the African nations to do anything to undermine us over here either. So
I believe one of the worst things Russia is doing right now is dragging this thing on. This is like the United States going against Mexico or Canada, and it taking this long. There's no way in the world. There's no way in the world. I don't care if you talking stuff. Your little country, the size of Connecticut, y'all can't beat them, but y'all talking stuff to us. Man, y'all better stay over there in y'all.
I'm glad. First and foremost, gentlemen and ladies, I'm glad we discussed this, but none of us are war correspondent, and we need to get off this war correspondent. It's a little bit too deep for me. Right now, I'm lost in word, because I do know about Putin a little bit, but again, Robert is definitely not a war correspondent. He's lucky he can drive to Clemson.
I'm international relations
issues.
Yep.
He's lucky he can drive to Clemson in South Carolina. They don't mug him and beat him to death right in America.
Hey, I can tell you this. I can tell you this. Out of the 2 candidates for the 5th district, I'm the only one in the international relations experience. I can tell you that. But going back to Sean, that war is not about the Ukraine. Russia and China have a war against the West. That's what all this is about.
Yes.
They don't care about no doggone Ukraine, just like China don't care about Taiwan. They want the United States to look a mess. That's why the currency is real bad.
At the end of the day, it's about us.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it is about us. And we better wake up and hold on to what we got going on. And we want to go to another topic, because I don't want to lose the viewing audience. They don't want to hear about Putin them and that little funny man with big ears.
How do you know? But they should have. This war should have been over 6 months ago.
Thank
I mean, you stack all your people up, against the border, and you have nuclear weapons and all kind of stuff. You had way more weapons than Ukraine.
They was outnumbered
them in the first week and a half.
Chandra, watch this. Who keep giving Ukraine all this stuff? Us.
We do.
So guess what? Watch this. When we keep getting rid of our stuff, guess who's gonna be next? Because we ain't gonna have nothing. This is a war against America.
We're giving them our junk. We're giving them our junk. We're not giving them the stuff that we use on everything.
In other words, this is a distraction. It's called distraction.
And I'm not worried about that, because Julius and I know Julius know he can come to my house. I got 2 pellet guns, and we're not afraid of no one. And we'll fight anyone with them pellet guns. Julius, if you need a gun, just come to me. I got 2 pellet guns, and I keep them clean.
Your pellet guns, I saw those pellet guns. Those are the old ones that you got to pump.
Yeah,
pump them.
That's
the best one.
Yeah, they can't even kill the squirrel that Sean got up there.
But,
They can't even kill.
but Robert,
what
all
we call that
that
squirrel
stuff
now?
is surplus.
They can't even kill that squirrel.
All that stuff is surplus.
Julius, I couldn't figure out how the pellet gun popped in my mind because I saw that squirrel before. That's why. Okay, we can go to another topic, please. I can't take it no more.
Now, see, hey, and somebody told me to tell you, say when you can't take it no more and you ready to go to another topic, they say that's the time for you to just be quiet.
Thank you, Trey.
I'm not gonna snitch. I'm not gonna snitch.
I'm gonna tell you what.
All right, I'm not gonna snitch. You want me to snitch
I'm
on
gonna
them?
tell you what. Whoever say that, I hope to eat their lunch out of garbage can tomorrow.
Okay. We got flipping on Trump. They are flipping left and right on Trump. That's him there. He got the cheese-eating grin on his face. And these people are starting to flip on him. Rudy, Eastman. He got all of them there that are starting to flip on him. Mark Meadows.
I heard Giuliano was crying today. You said I was talking to him. He was doing some crying.
I can't believe they let them jokers go to Rice Street. That was what?
That was
they know what they were doing. And that goes to tell you how Atlanta feels about their jail system. They sit back and send them to Rice Street, knowing damn well Rice Street is the worst place to be sent. That's like sending somebody to Alcatraz or what's that in New York? The island in New York. It's like Rikers Island.
Is it that bad, Sean? I mean, is it that bad, Robert?
They could have let him go to Atlanta City Jail.
See?
Now, Atlanta City Jail is a little more posh, but Rice Street?
No. We need to let them go to Wright Street so they can see how damn serious this is, because they're not taking this serious enough.
Exactly.
So yes, they need to go to Wright Street.
I love seeing the pictures. I love seeing the mug shots.
Robert,
it was the mug shots for me.
Robert, if you did something, where they sending you?
Well, I'll probably to the jail.
They sending your ass to Wright Street.
Exactly.
So why you want something good for them? Why you want something good for them and something bad for you?
Exactly.
We're talking about that.
You want them to get
mug
just
shot
the same
you too,
treatment
right?
that you gonna get.
Exactly.
We're
I'm not gonna root for somebody else. I'm not
we're
rooting
talking
for my
about
damn self. What would you? I tell you what. If this was you and y'all, the six of us, were charged with those 18. 19 with Trump, and so it's 6 more of us, so it's 25 of us total. Charlie, what you gonna do? You first.
I'll take a fifth. You got a fifth in the cabinet?
You take a fifth. You gonna testify against Trump?
I'm asking for a deal. I'm gonna be the first one, cause see, the first one gets the best deal. The first one gets the best deal. I'm gonna tell on everybody.
The person on the show told me to be quiet, and I'm taking their advice.
Oh, okay.
Can you talk now?
I'm
they
just
say you can talk now.
Oh no, I'm not. They're not a puppet master, and I'm not a puppet. I'm sorry. I'm not saying nothing.
But she said, "Don't talk." I mean, they say, "Don't talk, me."
No, Judy dry stitching too.
I didn't mean to dry stitching.
Thank you, Tiger. But yeah, the first person gets the best deal.
Okay, well,
they better start talking.
You tell them, Robert, what you gonna do? Because you want them to go to Right Street.
I can't. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't do free meals in the car. I'm sorry. I gotta bust you out. I'm sorry, Tiffany. I'm telling you first.
And Tiffany,
I'm gonna tell on Charlie.
Yes, I'm gonna tell. I'm not gonna be like the lawyer that was just like the election wasn't stolen. Like today, you don't think that the election was stolen?
Exactly.
No, the election, crazy, nuts.
Yeah, and that tells you one thing, Tiffany. Lawyers ain't as smart as we think they are.
They not.
How you going to jail for somebody?
I was thinking, like, is this man like just a super racist, or does he really believe that somebody stole the election from Donald Trump in Georgia?
Yeah.
Like, is he just? Then that made me think they are so evil to. It's just mind bending that you would just go this far and still hold on to the lie when you get your fingerprints. Still lying.
Right. Like
say cheese, still lying.
Yeah. And what
pay the bond money
is that they're about to lose their law licenses. So then that's going to affect their ability to make money and all of this. And you still doubling down. Okay.
Thank God for election season.
Yeah.
Because if Donald Trump somehow miraculously wins this election, he can pardon everybody.
No, you can't pardon him. You can't pardon him in Georgia.
You can't pardon him.
He can't pardon him. He can't pardon him in Georgia, Sean.
Nope.
You can't.
No.
The president had the authority to pardon.
Federal. This is state, sir.
This is state.
This is state. Have no authority.
It's not federal. That's why Mike Mark Meadows trying to get it to state. That's why he's trying to get it to state.
Donald Trump will never be on the ballot as a Republican candidate. I say the right.
Julius, somebody told me that they feel that Trump is going to win. Period.
Yeah, he is gonna win. He's gonna win. His argument with Melania. He ain't gonna win this.
Even in write-ins, though. Even if they don't elect him, they still can write in. And if they sit back and write in, they're gonna have to count every write-in ballot, right?
Sean, ain't that damn many people gonna take no time to write that funky man name on no damn piece of paper? Ain't nobody writing Trump in nothing. Other punch his name in as a write-in.
And half of his supporters can't even spell.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
So what they gonna write? I mean, what they gonna put? You gotta spell the name correctly, Sean.
Exactly.
They're a bunch of deplorables. Like people say, like Hillary was dead right. They're a bunch of deplorables.
Remember that rich white guy on the golf cart that was riding around in Florida, and he happened to say white power, and Trump sat back and showed his video. That's one of his. I bet he can spell. I bet he can write in. I bet he can. Not every one of Trump's victims are in the trailer parks.
You just talking about one person.
Smart victims also out there. That's
going no. You're absolutely right. No, they're not.
You know, Sean, you remind me of one of those black people that's going to vote for Trump.
Hell no, I will not. I am under I'm going to be a nuisance. I'm going to walk around and everybody let them know, no Trump, no Trump. No Trump.
I'll be honest with y'all. I like Tim Scott and I like Nikki Haley.
Oh no.
I like both of them. I think Nikki Haley should be vice president. Tim Scott should be the president.
No.
Because Tim Scott say, you know what Tim Scott say? America is not a racist country.
Right. Well, Sean, did you tell us how you're gonna go, what you're gonna do if you were charged?
Me? Yeah. If I was charged?
Yeah, with those.
I'm snitching. I'm snitching.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm snitching.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure.
Sorry.
But a real viable candidate, I hope he runs as John Kasich. I like John Kasich. I really do.
How about this new guy, B-Sack Rambuski or whatever his name is?
I don't like him because he got Don Lemon fired.
Yeah. I don't like him because he think he's too slick. He's slick as hell.
He's a Patel.
Who Julius? What's his name?
B-Tech Ramas.
He's a Patel.
Whatever his name is.
I call all of them Patels. He's a Patel.
Don't do that.
They're not all.
No.
Patel is just a class. But
it's a class.
It's just a class.
It's a class.
The Patel.
Everybody say everybody on Hill Johnson.
The sayings they got different things. Just like they got classes here. the rich, the poor, and the middle class here. They're the same thing over there. But anyway, we gonna go to a commercial real quick, and then we're gonna get into our last subject, and because it is a call to action for all people, not just black people. We got a couple of commercials to run here.
What is the difference between these two elected officials? Absolutely nothing. What is the difference between these two guys? Absolutely nothing. What is the difference between these three men? Absolutely nothing. What have they done for the African American community? Absolutely nothing. What can the African American community expect from them? Absolutely nothing. So what does the black community owe them? Absolutely nothing. When it's time to cast your vote, make sure you give them what they have given you. Absolutely nothing. And that would be absolutely perfect.
Okay, we back with our last 30-40 minutes of talk, and we have a lot to talk about because first I want to give shout outs to our sponsors, and our sponsors tonight is a number of places. Hot 2100 Radio, you can get them at www.hot2100.com, free. Just download it, free. Just go to the app, just go to the website and listen to them. You'll love the music. And we'll have one of the hosts on Flawless next week for about 30 minutes or so next week to talk about what she's doing there in Atlanta. We also want to call out Davis Bozeman Johnson Law Firm, offices in Atlanta, Statesboro, and Savannah, and One Price Cleaners. The only black-owned operated dry cleaners here in Chatham County. So y'all please patronize these people. Please log on and become a subscriber. It's free, a free subscriber to the radio station and atrmediagroup.com. atrmediagroup.com. You can see all our magazines. You can see everything. These are the last two issues. We our producer and our engineer and our everything else over there. She's over there working on next month. This is last month's. Hello, what's this? Port City Review. Port City Review, and that's Hello Savannah. And guess what, people? We're coming to Atlanta in a few days.
Hello, Savannah.
We got 8 days. We'll be in Atlanta. 8 days with Hello Atlanta. Hello Atlanta. They're working on it now. And we're proud to say that we're going to have those 3 magazines out. And hopefully before Thanksgiving, we'll have out Hello Jacksonville. So we're coming. Y'all just hold on. We're going to have the news for everybody. Charlie, why are you rubbing your head? And so you know, somebody over here say because he ain't talking. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. That's my partner you're talking about. You know.
No, that's all right. She got a point there. And I know.
Wasn't she that time? Oh, she dressed again.
No, that's all right. You know, sometimes you keep your enemies closer to you, and I know where it's at now. Thank you.
Yeah. Our last subject of the night, and we're gonna get into this, is our good friend and our good buddy, and somebody for y'all not to vote for is threatening everybody. And so our subject is Fani, protecting Fani Willis. I think that is just a question I asked there is, should the Nation of Islam offer her protection? I think that they should.
They had people at the courthouse today.
Who did?
Some preachers.
Oh, but I can't trust the preachers. I can't trust the preachers. If you get the preachers a brown bag, they might be on the other side. I can't.
Exactly.
I can't trust.
Now you're going too far.
She better not. No, I'm telling you, she better not take no damn protection from no preachers. They ain't gonna protect nothing. Yeah, but the tide basket. And I mean, I just tell it like it is. I don't care whether you like me or not. I just tell it like it is. I say what I say because I mean what I say. And until the preacher starts showing us that you're in the same ilk as Pastor Smalls, the same ilk as Rufus Bright, the same ilk as Larry Gordon, until you start showing us that. Till you start showing us that, then I'm gonna continue to talk about you. You don't owe me nothing. You ain't prove nothing to me, but I'm gonna still talk about you. So just do what you do.
And Rufus Bright is a man to his word. The man have nothing but pure integrity. I love this guy. His mama was a great civil rights leader, and the apple don't fall far from the tree. He did have a worm in him one time, but somebody dewormed him. But he's a lot better now, to be perfectly honest. I just want to share that.
Okay. Well, what's happening in Atlanta since she arrested all these idiots? And she is, I'm just glad that y'all pitch ain't up there with these guys.
No.
And since she arrested all these people, then she's been getting threats. And, you know, the threats are not a problem for me. I believe they'll protect her well enough. My problem is the threats from within. The Senate, and you got this young state senator, 29 years old, and they're praising him for bringing this, asking the governor to call emergency meeting. But I don't think the governor wants to get that involved in that, and I don't think that it will. I don't even think that enough Republicans will vote to do anything about this here for Donald Trump, because some of them are in some crossover districts. But I think, and this, this is what I wanted to ask y'all. I think that anybody that's bringing this type of action should be investigated themselves.
Yeah.
And for interfering in her investigation.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to influence the jury without Donald Trump doing it. And this guy, being that you're a state senator and you're getting involved in the justice system. Okay, do this after she has done what she's doing. Do this before she had done what she was doing. You cannot interfere right now. She needs to send get this. Every law enforcement in Fulton County is at her disposal. She needs to send them to the Capitol, and anybody associated with that letter need to be brought in and take.
Who was the senator?
Some young 29-year-old Republican.
Julius, the problem is his mindset. He must be thinking 1700s, 1800s, or the early 1900s when they make the rules the way they wanted to make the rule. If it wasn't right, they will make it right to fit them. A lot of them still got that mindset. I talk to them all the time, and they think like they're in the 1700s and the 1800s. It's not like that anymore. And perfect example, I'm going to Alabama. The chair is a perfect example. Them days are over with. We can't have that going on no more. And that's what's wrong. We have allowed them, and we need to stand up against them. I don't want a civil war, but they can't just come in. And what he's doing, he's wrong. Like Julius said, he need to be investigated and locked up because he is a problem now.
You know what he is trying to do, whoever he is? He's trying to make a name for himself.
That's it.
He want to be able to say that I fought tooth and nail. I was able to create this document to get it to the governor. But what we fail to forget is the fact that Donald Trump shunned the hell out of Brian Kemp for not going along with it.
And let me tell y'all something.
Pussyfooting out.
And piggybacking on what you're saying, Tiffany.
That's right.
Brian Kemp could have shut this thing down a year ago, a year and a half ago, but Brian Kemp is not inclined to do anything for Trump. The same way DeSantis, down in Florida, he suspended their DA or their justice.
Yes, he did.
He could have done the same thing, waged war against her, and shut that whole investigation down. But he did not. He does not want to.
He sure did. Because he's saying it to himself, and not in front of the camera, but to people that's close by him, I'm going to get his ass. He thought he was going to do that to me, embarrass me publicly. I'm going to show him what a governor of Georgia can do, holding his shotgun.
Yes. You know, so, I mean, that 29-year-old, I hope that he used AI and didn't use his own brain matter for that. You know, got it done in 5 minutes as opposed to sitting up all night.
Right.
Kemp is not going. It's going nowhere. So.
And our district attorneys, our minority district attorneys have been under fire ever since they've all been elected. All of them, minority women, have been elected in numbers that haven't been seen before in Georgia. And so they created bills to put in place an oversight committee to oversight the cases that are brought before the DA to make sure they want to make sure that our DAs are prosecuting Black and minority. They don't want white people to be prosecuted. So they're going after the minority DAs. If it was white men like it usually been, they wouldn't have been going along with it. And the only reason why Kemp is going along with it is because Donald Trump, you thought you were gonna make a fool out of me. I'm gonna sick her on you. And I'm gonna let her do it. Mm-hmm. And I'm probably gonna fund her to do it.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna embarrass me.
If you guys, I know I sound like a broken record, but you guys realize Jim Crow went on, the 1700s, 1800s, the early 1900s. They rule. They don't have that same power no more. And it's killing them. And that's what's coming out.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mr. Brown, and to the whole crew, this is what we have to look at. There's two things that you have to look at. One is, as a whole, you're right, Mr. Brown. They're thinking that is where we are at. Mm-hmm. So to skirt the law, they are creating new laws. And they should not be able to create anything to unseat a person who has not committed a crime that's a duly elected official. Right. They should not be able to circumvent the justice system either by undoing a vote of a jury. If the Supreme Court is the only one that should be able to do that, not them. If the state legislators can now create laws that say that you can knock a elected official out because you don't like what they're doing, and they have committed no crimes. They were elected by the people. You have to let them serve out their term. This should be the Supreme Court should have stepped in. We don't have to make a brief to as a friend of the court. Somebody should step in. They should be able to proactively give down rulings. And then you're talking about if they can do that and getting rid, like the DeSantis done got rid of 2 in Florida, and now they're trying to get rid of 2 or 3 in Georgia. They shouldn't be able. This is unconstitutional. They should not be able to make laws to unseat elected officials who have not broken the law. Right. And then they should not be. If they can do that, then next thing you could do is say, okay, we're in control. Let's just make a law that if a jury comes down with a verdict, we can overturn
the verdict. There you go.
Yeah, because that's called voter suppression. It's voter suppression because anytime you overrule the will of the voters, I mean, you just took away their power.
Yeah, that's right.
And they put this woman in place to carry out, her job.
That's her duty, right?
Yeah, her duties. And to my knowledge, she hadn't done anything but said, hey, I'm going to enforce the law in this county.
But and she did the same thing with some of the rappers. The rappers was having problems. They say she will not be able to do anything with them because they had connection, power. She showed them.
Yep.
She said, I'm from Missouri, the show me state, and she did.
She said one thing, and I gotta respect Fani for this. And she said it was so profound when they were asking her the question, what do you say to the people who say that you're doing the wrong thing, whatever how they word it? She said, I took an oath. And so many people, including elected officials, forget the oath they have taken to protect, to serve, and to be the voice of the community. So I give her major respect for that.
Yeah.
We have a duty ourselves as men, especially, and I'm gonna go here with it as Black men, to also show up if there's a call for us. We got to stop being cowards and staying in the house and not being worrying about how it is affecting me right now. How's it going to affect my grandkids 20 years from now is how we got to start thinking. They have us thinking only about ourselves. They have us being selfish. And so now what we have to do is be able to say, we're going to put ourselves in a position to protect our women because our women are on the front lines fighting our fights.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question. Y'all guys might can answer. Do y'all have any idea when this going to happen, when y'all going to have to go fight? Because I'm coming down with a cold. I won't be able to go.
We know you ain't got the knees to go.
No, I'm coming down with
the nerves. Did I say nerves or knees? I meant knees.
No,
I'm that you ain't got the knees to go. I'm going to fight for you.
Charles, just bring your chair. We'll give you the chair. Charles, you gotta get on the chair. Charles, you can sit in.
Oh no! The reason I asked the question, I will pay. I will give some people some money to help y'all get on the bus or the train. I can't go. I'm coming down with a cold.
Mr. Brown. When you went into the Army, didn't they let people out because they were in college? Didn't they let people out because they had they didn't have the arch in their
They had a deferment.
Yeah, they had deferments. Okay, you got a deferment. We're gonna
go
fight.
I didn't.
No. You got a deferment now. Okay. You don't have to go fight. We're gonna go fight for you. Okay.
Okay.
If there is a fight, we're gonna fight.
I want to. I'm not gonna lie. I want to go. I'm willing to charge whatever. But I can't help it because I got a slight cold. Y'all can't get mad at me because I got a cold.
We good.
And we're not.
That reminds me, Julius. Have you guys heard anything, about there being another Million Man March? I mean, do y'all have any plans to rekindle that fight? Because, I mean, it just seemed like Black men have fallen off. the grid in, since that time, really. I mean, you're right. The women have been fighting the battles, and we're tired.
Fani,
but
have you been watching the news?
Huh?
Have you seen Alabama?
That was just one time. That was just one time.
Them brothers stepped up. Them brothers stepped up.
One time.
But that was just one time. But I'm talking about. We need,
Chandra, if I could, I don't want to see another Million Man March. I want to see a conference on economic development, financial planning, and sustainability. Talk is cheap. Let's start doing some action. So, for example, how can we prepare our community to understand financial investments? How can we prepare our community to understand the value of community wealth and individual wealth? All that talking, we know who we are. We get that. Let's take it to the next level. Let's talk about real things like economics and sustainability and authority. Let's talk about that.
Well, Robert, you're absolutely correct, Robert. But the first thing you got to do is get them to pay attention
and come together.
You better say that, because, honey, please.
Yeah, right.
If you don't have nobody paying attention to those things, how can we get them to participate in it? We have to get people and wake them up first. We have to get people to stand up. We're not talking about a physical fight unless that is a physical fight. So Facebook, don't think that we're agitating anything for a fight. We're not. We're talking about a mental and a psychological and an emotional fight that we're going to be there with bodies. Now, if there is a fight, then it won't be coming from us. It will be in a defensive mode. But we are here to protect our sister, and I think that that's the feeling across the country. And we have a platform here where we give out information, and this information can't get out properly unless we're doing what we're supposed to do every day on the shows that we produce here on this platform. And it is other people who have to be voicing the same thing. Stop thinking about all the money that you're gonna make and start thinking about all the change that you can make. And that's what we need to do. Use that money and those funds that you're collecting to exact positive change within our communities, and that's what we got to do.
That's right.
Well put, Julius. Thank you. But on the serious side, we need to work with the women and not just let the women be out there all alone. That is true on the serious side. I do use humor on the show, but because I try to keep the show entertaining as possible. But the viewing audience, this show, we are concerned what goes on around the world in this country, and we try to inform you with the information we have done research on. We just don't put together something the day of the show. This goes into plan as soon as the show go off the air. Julius and others go to work. He called me for input. Robin, Sean, Tiffany. We constantly communicate because we want to have a show by us for you. If others want to look at us, great. Because tonight we got about 300 people around the country. I got friends in California, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina. They're all looking at the show. And I'm just so excited that we could bring all this. We love you too out there, Jimmy.
Yes, sir. So we one of the things that I thought when and Donald Trump is getting the realization he has a bunch of supporters. I don't trust these polls that say Donald Trump is up by so much on these people because when it comes time for them to have representation, they're going to dump Donald Trump. Eventually, Donald Trump, he's digging his own grave. I think that Donald Trump is trying to start a war, but the war won't be started because what January 6th showed everybody is that if you go and try to start this type of stuff from now on and thinking that you're going to storm something, you will be put down. And so These people are not going to play and let you pay up anything because you're mad and you don't like the rule of law. You're being lawless now. So if you're going to continue down that path, then you have to pay the consequences. And the consequences of those things that are happening to those January 6 rioters. They got 1,000 of them in jail now, with 2,000 more to be arrested.
Well, you know, Julius, cutting you off for a minute. It's short and sweet. The two greatest lies Donald Trump told, one was he said the day of his inauguration, it was more people there than President Obama. No, it was not. And they showed an aerial shot and had the holes in it. And they also asked him, say, against Joe Biden, if he win, would you concede? And he said no right then. He did say that. So right then to tell you he's a liar.
Mm-hmm.
And so he came back and said he think it was rigged. He never said, not one time, that I would say I succeed. Never. He never, no time.
Mm-hmm.
He's a man with pride. He's a toddler with pride.
Yes, child.
For pride comes
for me. Yes.
He's believed a lot of the he's played into the racism that people that little voice in white people's head that he played on it. He played with it for a good while, to the point where they were comfortable enough to do things like storm the Capitol and think that they would get away with it in the name of Donald Trump. And with Fani Willis being a black woman and prosecuting Donald Trump, to me it makes her a hero, because she's doing things that white men wouldn't have dreamed of doing, going up against Trump.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she has done it.
Yeah.
And she has bigger balls than our governor.
Yeah. And even Jack
he wouldn't do it, but he's gonna sit back and watch it. But I do believe that this, because he's not a part of the debate that's going on tonight, that he's going to have his own debate with Tucker Carlson. I believe that that's going to get national attention, because people want to hear what Donald Trump has to say, whether it's BS or not. People want to hear what he has to say, whether it's to, report on it the next morning. It's going to have rave reviews. It's going to have more reviews than the debate that's going on tonight, for sure. Because America loves messiness, and they love division.
But I really highly doubt it, because he's singing the same song. He is the thing that
nothing.
He has not added any new content, and Tucker Carlson is
salacious. He messy. And how many white men has changed the tune? You see the Speaker of the House. He's like a boiled chicken leg.
Well, they're playing on fear. They're playing. What you say, Sean?
Never mind.
They're playing on fear, and those ratings. That's what sell, and they got to do whatever sells.
Those people that still look at Fox News and CNN on repeat are the ones that's going to tune in to that interview.
Well, I'm going to look at it later on, but I'm not one of those people that just have it on. I like to see what the enemy battle plan is as well.
I'm going to watch the debate.
Right.
I'm watching the debate too.
I'm going to watch the debate.
It's on the night, right? It's on the night, right?
Yeah. It's on them.
It'll
be on them.
The only thing I like about the debates is when the dirty laundry start coming out.
Yeah,
that's the salaciousness that America likes.
Yeah, but that's the only thing about the debates. But we already know that they already got a battle plan. This is the Republican debate. It's about, hey guys, we're not going to do this and this, and we all know about my extra baby. But we're not going to call all that out.
I like
Donald out of there.
I like Christie.
It's about getting Donald out of there.
Christie, he finally standing up, Sean. Christie finally standing up to Donald Trump.
I like Christie. I like Christie, and I will vote for a Christie. I will.
Sandra, you was right, Sandra.
No. I'm saying I will vote for Christie before I vote for anybody else.
In that party, okay.
Sean, don't let them do not let them pigeonhole you in. I know you believe in the Republican ideology. I watch you. There's nothing wrong with it. All us shouldn't be Democrat.
No, but we all should want what's right.
If you want to be a Republican, you can be a Republican. Okay, that's your better.
Let me offer this about Chris Christie. I ain't voting for nobody that was promoting that man 4 years ago, and all of a sudden now he bad. Exactly. No, y'all was down with him then, stay down with him. That's right. Hold on, Sean. Hold on. John Casey told you the man was jacked up, and y'all was stupid enough to go follow behind him. I don't like Chris Christie. I don't like the Satan. I don't like nobody that liked Trump from day one.
At the end of the day, you say what you want to say. And it's not the general election. I still like him over the rest of the Republican. That's what I say. Charlie Brown did not say he's going to vote for him. At least he got enough nerve to talk about Donald Trump when other Ron DeSantis and all of them are still not talking about him. That's what I'm saying.
But John Kasich was true from day one.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is going to get on his own show and drive his own narrative because he's too much of a coward to get. He can't debate. He cannot debate. So that's why he opted to say, nah, I'm just going to skip this. He doesn't feel like he owes. He's just like the woman in the 5th district. He doesn't owe his constituents anything, but he's not even gonna show up.
Okay, so we're gonna keep a close eye on this and keep track on Donald. I know everybody. We bring the news and we bring stuff that's gonna change our community. So don't. If we're talking about this, the world is talking about it, and we got to talk about it also. So this is what we'll be talking about until. It will probably be a subject related to these politics every time we're on because it matters. And we have to make everybody understand that they got to vote if they want to change things.
Right.
We got one thing left, and we don't have but 6 minutes. And Ron DeSantis.
Can I have 4 minutes?
No, sir. Ron DeSantis dismantles all diversity, equity, and inclusion programs within this Disney's governing body. DeSantis is really horrible. You saying something, Tiffany?
I feel like DeSantis wants to be Donald Trump so bad that he says to himself internally, "Let me see how I can top Donald Trump by doing the most ugly, most disgusting." No, not the
breaking news. Sorry.
Yeah, that was all over.
Been out.
Go ahead. I can have breaking news.
Let me see how I can top what Trump tried to do. Let me get my name out there so much by doing the most ugliest, most vile things to get my name in the news. And you do these things and they still chant Trump, 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 Trump at a rally while you flipping hot dogs to your face.
And he's
so what more do you need than to have several seats?
It
doesn't matter how he's a problem. I said, then he tried to fit in so bad. It doesn't matter how pale your skin is. Your last name still is DeSantis.
Yep. And for that reason, he's going to lose Florida when it comes time for the governorship, and he's not going to be the president.
Well, he can't run. He can't run again.
I can see him running for a local race. Ooh.
He can't run again.
Yeah.
He might
as well go several damn seats.
Isn't he in his second term?
No,
No,
he's not.
in his
Yeah.
first.
Oh,
His
this is
first
first
term.
term.
He's in his first. He won
okay.
against that black guy.
This
Andrew
idiot
Dillon.
just won.
Yeah, he went
Was
against
his
Andrew. I hope Andrew
platform
runs again.
on equity
Okay,
inclusion?
I make mistakes.
Was his platform equity and inclusion when he originally ran? Didn't he
Probably
play
was.
off the fact that he was a DeSantis?
Yeah, they
Is
run on
the white
things that
people-
sound good.
Is the governor? Huh?
They run on things that sound good instead of running on things that's true to their heart.
It
And
wasn't
so-
CRC. He didn't win on CRC. I know that much.
He
No, he
changed
didn't.
all the way
No.
around because
He
he
did.
thought that the bigots would be 100% around behind him, but he's going to lose, especially if you can't carry Jacksonville now. You are not going to be the biggest county in the whole, the biggest city in the whole country.
And
is
they should
Jacksonville
call
Park.
him on that. They should
No.
call him on that because that
Well,
was not his platform that
Jacksonville-
won him the governorship. He literally, it was not like literally he's a liar, a fraud, and he showed his true colors while in office, running for a whole another office. Like they need to call him on that. That right there should kick him out. Like, dude, you're dishonest.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're
But
overly dishonest, and you didn't achieve the goal because they
But it
still
seems
want
like
Trump.
that's the new thing now. Like you don't have to be honest anymore. You don't have to be honest anymore. Look at how Donald Trump is still winning, and the man is known fraud. How they get the name Teflon?
Well, I don't think that Donald Trump is winning. I think that the Republicans, those people, have they polled any of y'all? Ain't nobody polled any of them. I've never been polled. Have any of y'all been polled? They called your house and asked you who you voting for and all that? You don't even answer the phone, Charlie.
he is not gained any more voters than he did when he left.
I get AC Nielsen about every 3 years. I mean, about every 2 years, I get
Nielsen
a check
report.
from AC Nielsen. I get people call me and ask me who I vote for all the time.
And they send you that little $5.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that to me one time.
Yeah.
No, but I've been doing it for over 5 years at different times. Listen, I want to say this
real quick because we had our.
Yeah, I was gonna only take about 10 minutes. Ron DeSantis is way more dangerous than Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a greater liar, but Ron DeSantis is a Harvard graduate, and he's no chopped liver. He just don't have no personality, no charisma at all. He have nothing.
Correct. And
sorry.
Trump has emboldened.
But he is smart.
And Trump has emboldened him. He would be worse than Trump because he would be an educated fool in the seat. Trump
That's
is
correct.
a fool in the seat.
Yep.
Julian, can you make an announcement for me before we get off the air right quick about my event tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Go ahead and tell them where it's at, Charlie, at the Memorial Stadium, at the James Home Center.
The county, Chatham County, is looking for people who want to do business with Chatham County, landscapers, caterers, power pressure house. They're looking for electricians, and tomorrow an event will be from 4 to 6 at Memorial Stadium at the James Home facility. That's overlooking the stadium. That's tomorrow from 4 to 6 at Memorial Stadium, and they will serve refreshments and stuff. So I'm inviting all the people who want to do business with the county and know how to do it. You got to keep in mind tomorrow, landscapers, like I say, painters, janitorial companies, all those type kind of workers they're looking for tomorrow at Memorial Stadium, the James Home facility, 4 to 6. Thank you so much.
One more announcement, Julius. We got to put this on the show next week.
What is it?
Ooh.
What is it?
The fundraiser by the friends and family of the 5th District.
Oh, yeah. Make sure that we do. Make sure that we do. We got that fundraiser next week. And don't forget the
No, it's
circus is
September
coming.
15th.
The circus is coming. Don't forget the circus is coming. The circus is coming. The end of the month, September 29th, next month. The end of next month, September 29th. Don't forget the circus is coming, and we want everybody to attend. They got 7 shows over a 3-day period, and we want everybody to come. I'm buying everybody on this platform a ticket if you're going. Anyway,
when the circus coming?
September 29th through October 1st. So
I can't make it. My back will be bothering me that week.
Don't worry about it. Don't
because I'm a little bit afraid of
you got to defer it. You got to defer.
I don't care much.
All right, we got to go.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
We got to go, and we appreciate everybody watching. Tune in. Don't forget Hot 2100.
Share.
Good night.
All right.
I like that.